Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the video. So we had big volatility in the stock market this week, and in this one I'm going to be going over what the big sell on Friday means and what to expect into next week, including what needs to happen for either continued downside or an upside reversal, and also going over the setup on Bitcoin and how it can make a major move very soon. As always, there are timestamps in the description. Let's go ahead and get into it. So starting out by taking a look at the S&P futures chart. Last week we went over how the S&P was nearing the previous all-time highs at 6163.75, which would be a key decision point if it was tested, and we went over the key trend line and downside pivot at 6102 to 6112, which would act as the downside trigger if it broke. And on Wednesday of last week, the S&P attempted that breakout into new all-time highs above 6163.75, but it failed to follow through, resulting in a failed breakout. And on Thursday, it had a large sell, which held right where it needed to, off the 6102 to 6112 zone, and rallied back up. Though on Friday, it failed to hold there, and once it broke below 6102, that acted as the big downside trigger and resulted in that all-day violent sell. So into next week, the market is at a major decision point once again. It is now nearing the key 6010 to 6020 zone, which has acted as the bottom of the range for 3 weeks now, and the market has had multiple strong reactions off of it. This is either the place where buyers need to come in at, or the gateway for larger downside if it does break. Price is now oversold on the 4-hour chart, and this has historically been a very strong signal on the RSI, and has marked pretty much every swing low during this overall market uptrend. So this does make at least a relief bounce quite likely into next week, but that does not mean that this dip is a no-brainer buy. So next week, in order to start a relief bounce, it needs to reclaim back above 60.35 to 60.40, which can then target 60.60 to 60.75 zone next, and then back to 61.02 to 61.12 above there, which would be the key decision point once again to either invalidate Friday's breakdown above it, or if it fails to break, the breakdown is still intact. So to keep things simple, I would consider sellers now in control of the short-term trend as long as it's below 61.02 to 61.12, and if it fails to reclaim above there, the market can enter that sell to bounce mode where bounce attempts are getting sold and we head lower. If it breaks below 60.10 to 60.20, expect further downside at target 59.85 to 59.94, 59.50 to 59.60, 59.35, and then 59.00 to 59.14 as the next key support levels below. And one more thing that makes this a major decision point is the year-to-date VWAP. It's currently being tested, and this is the volume-weighted average price since the start of this year, which essentially means that the market participants who have bought since the beginning of 2025 are on average down on their positions below this and up on their positions above this. And we can see it has acted as a key pivot and held at the 2 previous swing lows. So my personal lean into next week would be something like this, with one more washout to test 60.10 to 60.20 support, and then get the relief bounce up to around 60.60, which there would be key for either further upside to test the 61.02 to 61.12 zone, or to make a lower high before possible continued downside. Buyers are in control of 61.02 reclaims, but as long as below there, the market is at risk of a larger sell, and Friday was a major warning sign. Bitcoin is also likely gearing up for a major move soon, as it has been consolidating very tightly for 3 weeks now. So the key pivot levels to watch include 90,750 to 92,000 as the bottom of the range, 100,000 as the key mid pivot, and 106 to 108,000 as the top of the range. Once the level breaks, it is likely to see a violent move in my opinion, and right now it's just a waiting game to see which direction it chooses. In my personal opinion, the best trading opportunity would come if the bottom of the range breaks. It washes out to the mid to low 80,000s before buyers come in and reclaim the bottom of the range, which could then see a major squeeze higher in result following that. Now this isn't a prediction and it could easily break to the upside first, but this would be a great opportunity if so, and would be the main thing I'm watching for to initiate an aggressive trade on it. And an important catalyst to watch into next week will be Nvidia earnings, which are after market close on Wednesday. This could be the real deciding factor for overall market direction, such as if we get that early week relief bounce, then the market waits on Nvidia earnings to either define the lower high before continued downside, or gets a strong rally higher depending on how results are. And I'm not going to be going over a bunch of individual trade ideas in this video, just due to the fact that there are not really any clean setups right now, and this is the first time in a while where it's a real question on which direction the market could move in the week ahead. I do think it's likely we get that early week relief bounce, and then anything could happen after that, and I would not be surprised. Though this is a time to be cautious more than anything in my opinion. So that is everything I'm watching for in the week ahead. Expect volatility to continue, and truly anything can happen, but if the market does head lower, that will only bring up better future opportunities. Thank you guys for watching, and for anybody interested in joining the private Discord chat, that is the first link down in the description to get my personal trade alerts, nightly watch lists, and answer your questions you guys have in there. Good luck trading the week ahead, and I'll catch you all next time, and peace out.